Hi, students of general paper. This is a very quick recording about popular GP essay topics. So for this recording, I'd like to talk about art. Art has always been a very popular certain kind of question topic for general paper. Now, let's assume that this year's A level they connect art to the situation of COVID. And is still art relevant in the period of COVID since especially art in the form of going to art gallery, going to watch a theater. So the art I'm taking is very broad, right? Performance art, visual art and all that stuff. How would art be relevant? So the first thing about art you need to know for a dry paper is that art is about communication, at least between two persons, the creator and the viewer, right? So for you to appreciate art, you need to know the bias and the background of the creator of that art. It could be a sculpture, it could be um, a play, all right, it could be a poem and all that. So art is the creative way of communicating, at least between two parties, right? First thing. And what COVID has done is that COVID has actually removed the ability to be within that 360 kind of a theater, that kind of arena where there's affirmation of an art. So when you're watching theater and this guy is dancing or you're watching a ballet, what you're missing is actually having that 360 feeling, the music and all that stuff, which can actually be substituted with virtual reality, right? But what you're missing is that audience instantaneous reaction. So is that art? Is that not art? So I believe that once you know it's a communication, you should do the background reading of the art that you're interested in. And then after that, it doesn't matter whether or not you understand you're in an arena or not, because then when you can read the score of a symphony or stuff, you can still appreciate art. So I feel that COVID has made challenging in terms of performance, but if the audience is very sophisticated, they have done their homework, then it shouldn't be a problem. That's two. So the first thing I said to recap is art is a communication. Number two is background knowledge of the artist and the buyers. Number three, art. There are certain questions that they ask for art is that um, can art make us feel happier with COVID? And I feel that art, whether or not it's COVID, whether it's good times or bad times, right? Correct. The moment you actually agree with the bias of the artist, then no matter where you are, you're happy because there's understanding, there's acceptance, and you got it. You don't care whether people around you got that picture, you got it. You don't care whether they use the term impressionism or surrealism. You don't care because you connected to it, right? So the third thing that you really need to know is the happiness comes with understanding of the bias and acceptance of the bias. Number four, um, how do you value art? That is also in economics too. And the timing is very good because recently they've been talking about NFT, non-fungible tokens. So the question they will ask you is that if art doesn't have a tangible value, is it still art? Well, NFT have solved it because now there is a value. There's a value of a picture. There's a value of a certain move. There's a picture. There's a value of recipes and all that stuff. So you have to bring in NFT. So for your GP exams, the last part of art is um, if art has a political kind of a message, should there be censorship of art? In the old days, we used to have censorship of perhaps film classification and all that. But in globalization, it's very hard to have censorship, right? Correct. So I feel that if they ask you that for GP essay about art, the ending would be going back to basics of education, the way you were brought up, the kind of religious inclination that you have, and the level of maturity that you have. So I think um, there's still a need for classification as a warning. And I feel that the government, especially in a very conservative country like Singapore, should still have a little bit of a hold onto art and how art is being portrayed. So I think art is a very interesting topic for general paper 2021. So if you need more advice, email me colinongts@hotmail.com. I'm available for tuition. All right, so take care.